All right, we're at 43 days until Porto. And so I thought I'd do a review of the week. And so far, it's kind of mixed results, if I'm being honest. But let's kind of go over it. Let's see. I was trying to make notes of the things we did. So, in this first week, of course, we announced everything a week ago today when it was 50 days out. And we have 43 days left now. We got started. We found my Brazilian Portuguese guide. We ordered and received Rick Steves' travel guide for Portugal. We ordered and received Portuguese phrases for dummies. And we did a number. We were supposed to do a word every day, and I went back through, and I'm like, I forgot to do it like 2 or 3 days. So I was going through them, and we'll go over them again. So the ones that we did do were boa sorte, which means good luck, bem-vindo, which means welcome, desculpe, mas não sei dançar. Excuse me, but I don't know how to dance. Com licença, desculpe, which those are two ways of saying kind of excuse me. Você poderia tirar minha foto, por favor? Can you please take my picture? Let's see here. Sorpresa. I believe we did sorpresa the day that I opened the box. And I went back through the videos. I kind of thought we did one related to if you have your stuff stolen, if there's a ladrão, when we were reading the tips about thieves, a ladrão, which is a thief or a pickpocket. And but I think there was a day or two that I missed. I know I didn't do one yesterday, and so we're going to fill in a word there. That's going to be esquecer, which means to forget, because we forgot. Esquecer, esquecido. So those will be our words for the first week. I'll try not to forget them as we go forward. And so just so I don't forget today we're thinking about food. So we're going to talk about breakfast, which is café de manhã. So café de manhã is breakfast. So we did several words of the day. I've done 2 Portuguese lessons with Adriano. Adriano is my buddy in Brazil on italki. So if you're trying to learn a language, italki is a great way to talk to an actual teacher from that area. Adriano is fantastic. You might even look him up. Adriano is Brazilian, so his native language is Portuguese, but he also speaks English, German, French, and I believe Spanish all fluently. So he teaches lessons in all of those. Um, we did a wardrobe initial check, which was just kind of getting a few things out, putting them on. One, do they fit? Two, do they look all right? I don't know. And I haven't really gotten any feedback from you guys on those. So I am trying to figure out, do I wear these? Do I need something else? I do think that I've learned a few things since then. We did 5 fashion faux pas for men. And actually, that was kind of helpful because I may need to buy some new shoes. I may need to do, if you after reading that, it's like, oh, maybe I need to kind of, there might be a few things I still have to do here. And we did 5 fashion faux pas for women. And actually, that may have been helpful too. A lot of those things I hadn't thought about for the women going on the trip is, with all the cobblestones and all that stuff, high heels are probably a really bad idea. We looked into a little bit of the sites where we're going to be, where we're going to have the cocktail party for the night before the wedding, and where we're going to have the wedding on the day of the wedding. um, let's see, what's that say? But okay, so those things, and so if you think about it, that's quite a bit. I mean, done quite a bit. Now there are some fails here. I haven't lost any weight, not at all. I mean, I'm pretty much exactly where I started 1 week ago. So in terms of losing weight, I was thinking I ought to try to lose maybe 5 pounds. 10 would be even better, but 5 pounds, before we go there. But so far we're at goose egg zero saddle for that. And also still all goose eggs for dance moves. I haven't done anything at all yet with dancing other than I've been looking at videos trying to find some to kind of teach, some basics of, and I'm not trying to get to be, I just something basic, just a few basics, maybe a line dance, maybe one or two kind of Latin things if there's Latin music, just so, I'm not just standing there like, so so that there's still work to be there. We started looking at a lot of the sites in Porto. I think we have to do a lot more, but we've been kind of doing some work on that. And so for the first week, that's quite a bit. We still have a little more, just almost 6 weeks left before the actual wedding. Well, we'll get there, I think 3 or 4 days before the wedding. So we still have some time to kind of work on some things. But that is week one so far in a nutshell. And so, anyway, um, I don't know. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to get better at these. Try to get better at editing. Trying to get better at planning them. That is one of the things. Is of course, goes behind this. If you just kind of think about it, I've also put out a video every day, and those also take some time. It's one of those things. Is I there have been a couple of times, maybe almost half of the times, where I've been working on it, and it's like, what, you don't have time to go and do all that stuff. You don't have the prep time to make that happen. You just need to go and get one out, or you're going to miss a day. So that's probably how I missed the Portuguese words of the day. So, but if you're coming along with me, here we go. Let's go over those words again. I want you to learn these with me because, where are we? Boa sorte, good luck. Bem-vindo, welcome. Desculpe, mas não sei dançar. Excuse me, I don't know how to dance. Com licença, excuse me, kind of formally. Desculpe, excuse me, kind of informally. Você poderia tirar minha foto, por favor? Can you please take my picture? Surpresa, that is surprise. Ladrão, that is like a thief or a pickpocket. And esquecer. And so, I mentioned that I do speak a little Portuguese, but it is so rusty. And as I'm going back through looking at the vocabulary, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I recognize it when I see it, but I wouldn't have thought of it. And it's like, I have forgotten so much of the vocabulary. There's a lot to do and not much time to do it, but we're going to keep, plugging along. And we're on our way to Porto, and we'll get it all figured out. Take care, everybody. Bye.